It is just success without the religion is something, a body without the soul will be a dead body. Similarly, unless there is a healthy value behind the person, healthy faith behind a person, the respect for the elders, the respect for the teacher, the respect for Mata and Pita, the respect for our own gurus, the respect for rishis, the respect for Bhagwan Ram, वो व्यक्ति को शांत बनाता है, वो व्यक्ति को ऊर्जावान बनाता है, वो व्यक्ति को तेजस्वी बनाता है. Life is not conquered, or life is not how you face. You cannot face the world with the qualifications that you have. You face the world with the faith, with the values, and with the knowledge. These three things are there through which we can face the world. And this victory of these three things are represented by this temple, which is called the Ram Temple tomorrow, which is being consecrated. तो दिस इज द मेन पॉइंट हियर. हम लोग को लगता है कि दो चीज अलग होती है, हम लोग दोनों में इंटरफियर न करें. एंड दैट वाज द मिसफॉर्च्यून ऑफ द पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम कि उन्होंने रिलीजन वाज सीन एज समथिंग अनटचेबल. हिंदू बोलना एक अपराध था, जैसे कि अगर हम बोलते हैं कि हम हिंदू हैं, दैट वाज एज इफ अ सिन वाज देयर. दिस मिथ, दिस इमेजिनरी नोशन हैज बीन ब्रोकन टुडे. और आज हम गर्व के साथ बोलते हैं कि ये हमारा मंदिर है, ये हमारे धर्म की जीत है. और भगवान राम, वो टेंपल बाहर नहीं बन रहा है, वो टेंपल हम सबके अंदर बनेगा, वो फेथ का टेंपल रहेगा. आज हर बच्चे को, आज हर यंगस्टर्स को पता लगेगा कि उनके पेरेंट्स की क्या वैल्यू होती है, मदर और फादर की वैल्यू क्या होती है. एक के कई के कहने पे भगवान राम सब कुछ छोड़ देते हैं. हम लोग छोटी सी बात अपने माता पिता के लिए नहीं छोड़ पाते हैं, अपने सिस्टम के लिए नहीं छोड़ पाते, अपनी कंट्री के लिए नहीं छोड़ पाते. जिस लोगों में त्याग नहीं होता है वो आदमी खुश नहीं रहता. एनीबडी हु इज अनहैप्पी इज ओनली बिकॉज ही इज नॉट एबल टू रिनाउंस समथिंग इज स्मॉल, सैक्रिफाइस समथिंग इज स्मॉल. एंड एनी सिस्टम, एनी कल्चर, एनी नेशन, any place is made by the individuals only. And individual is made by the capacity of his sacrifice, serving, and surrender. And this is what is represented by this temple and by this consecration. So the youth should get the information, and then information to take them to transformation. And that transformation should be, I should not live for only myself. Ramji did not do anything for himself. He did it for his guru. He did it for the people around. He did it for his mother and father. He did it for his brother. We are thinking about myself. I'm thinking about how good doctor I can be and earn a lot. I'm thinking how good engineer I can be and I can earn a lot. I'm thinking how good officer. It's my name, my fame. No, the fame of the country, the fame of the teachers, the fame of God, the fame of my forefathers are more important. All these values are represented by this temple, and the consecration is just a lighting of that ignition of that fire in each youth of India, that this bring out that inner Ram from you. अपने अंदर के राम को आप निकालो, अपने आप अंदर के रावण को आप मारो. Let us conquer the Ravan within. Let us bring the Ram inside from outside. Let each house become Ayodhya. Let each house become a temple. That is what the purpose of this consecration is. The outer consecration should take us to inner consecration. That is what I have to say right now.
Yes, Swami Abhedananda, you have put it very well. And I think that is a challenge that we face as a country also today. That we have been told for a very long time. Rather, this has been the mindset that has been put through the kind of education system we have had, that Hinduism is to be associated with superstition and irrationality. Whereas Hinduism is the most scientific and rational religion in the world. And this is all part of what was the grand Macaulay design if the British wanted to rule the country. Earlier, some Muslim rulers of the country, they said, we'll subjugate and punish Hinduism. And then the British came, and the British said, we must make Indians look down on their religion. And hence, look down on Hindutva, look down on Sanskrit, look down on their own scriptures, and look upon English as the only language to speak in, and speak about Christian values but never speak about Hindu values. This is what was done in our country. Now, the very important point, Pradeep Chakravarti, that Swami Abhedananda beautifully puts in fact, is that how can you differentiate governance and politics from religion completely?
Yeah.
How can you do that? It's like saying that politics and governance should have no link to the society in which it operates.
And this has been the way, it's not just the way India has functioned, it's the way the world has functioned. If you look at the Protestant movement, the role of the church in religion and governance has been very much the same. Religion is able to emotionally connect with people and bring people together. And whether it was kings in the north, the kings in the south, I mean, I'm an expert in the Pandyas and the Cholas in Tamil Nadu. They were able to use the temple and religion to bring people together. I think Swamiji made an important point. I want to do a little bit of a double click on that. Unlike other places of worship in the Hindu or the Sanatana Dharma tradition, a temple is not just a place of prayer. In fact, it's the last thing to pray. The idea is we need to connect to the 5 elements outside, which are also within us. It is difficult to do it without some kind of a concrete image to focus our attention on. Therefore, the Vastu Purusha was made to sit on the floor and all the Parivara Devatas sat on top of him. And that's how the grid of the temple was formed. So when you go into the temple, you're not going into just a place of prayer. You're actually going into a zone which represents the entire part of the cosmos that you can feel because it's made up of the 5 elements, but also what you can't feel because it's beyond that, beyond language, beyond words. So a temple is really a place where you connect to yourself and you connect to things that you can perceive with your senses, what you cannot perceive. So hopefully, youngsters, when they come in, they not only see the Ram within themselves and the Ravan within themselves, and certainly in a way, I think this whole debate is about just Ram. Remember that Valmiki said, Sitayam Charita Mahatar. So the first option Valmiki had was to call it Sita's story, right? And Sita is just as important, if not more important. And I'd love to go back to a quote again from the Valmiki Ramayana. When Sita and Rama get married, Janaka says, Iyam Sita Mama Sudha Saha Dharma Charitavan. He says, hey Rama, this is my daughter Sita. If you have a doubt in the Dharma Shastra, she will know how to answer them because she is equal to you in every way. Remember, Rama was about 12 or 13 when he lifted the bow. Sita was a really tiny girl and she was able to lift the bow with just a little finger. So Sita was evenly matched to Ram in everywhere, and just as much as men find Rama and Ravana within themselves, women will have to find the Sita and the Ravana within themselves as well. And I think when we talk about the temple, therefore, it has to not just be a space of prayer. Of course, it's important because as human beings, our karma is endless. The one karma is fulfilled, 100 others come up. So, of course, we'll all have to put our prayers inside for all sorts of things. But yes, we also need to see the temple as a zone where we connect ourselves with our own selves. And I don't know whether it's by design or by contemplation. It's remarkable that the idol for Rama came from stone from Karnataka. And those of you who know your Ramayana well will know that Kishkinda, where Hanuman lived, was Karnataka. So in a way, it is Hanuman's gift to Ayodhya. And the ancient tradition has been very, very clear, Arnab. When we talk about Ayodhya, when we talk about the Ganga, we are not talking about it geographically. It is not the Ayodhya that you're showing on your screen, because everywhere there is a Rama temple. Everywhere somebody is finding Rama within themselves, that place is Ayodhya too. Everywhere there is a river where there is water. Everywhere where that water is used for the benefit of the community and for nature, that is the Ganga. And that's the way our ancients looked at integrating people together, integrating temples together. In the ancient days, everything that we expect from the government, the temple did for the local community. The temple was a fulcrum around which the local community revolved. And I would hope that this temple brings people together to find that Rama within themselves and also within other people as well.
It will.